The cold hits you like a physical blow. It's not just cold, it's a living, breathing entity. It steals the air from your lungs. It freezes your eyelashes into tiny daggers of ice. This is Yakutia, a vast republic in Siberia, the pinnacle of extreme survival. Imagine a landscape so frozen. The ground beneath your feet is permanently locked in permafrost, a solid block of ice and earth. Stretching down for hundreds of meters, the air is so frigid it feels sharp, almost crystalline. A simple breath creates a cloud of vapor that hangs in the still air. This is nature at its most raw, its most unforgiving. Out here, the world is painted in shades of white and blue. The taiga forest stands like silent, skeletal sentinels, their branches heavy with snow, encased in a thick armor of frost. The rivers are not flowing bodies of water, they are solid highways of ice, thick enough to drive massive trucks over. They call this place the Pole of Cold. In villages like Oymyakon, temperatures regularly plummet to -50 degrees Celsius. Records show as low as -71.2 degrees. At these temperatures, metal becomes brittle and can shatter like glass. Exposed skin suffers frostbite in minutes. This isn't a place you visit, it's a place you endure. So why is Yakutia so incredibly, dangerously cold? It's a perfect storm of geographical factors. The region sits deep within the Eurasian landmass, far from any ocean to moderate the climate. No sea breezes reach here to warm winter or cool summer. Much of Yakutia, around Oymyakon and Verkhoyansk, lies in basins ringed by mountains. That topography traps cold air. Dense, frigid air sinks and pools in these basins, growing colder as the long winter night drags on. The cold shapes the ground itself. Yakutia rests on massive permafrost, in places over 1,500 meters deep. That frozen ground creates unique challenges. You can't just dig normal foundations. Heat from buildings would melt the permafrost, turning soil into a muddy swamp and causing collapse. Look at buildings on stilts and pile foundations. The frozen earth dictates everything: construction, mining, even how the dead are buried, thawing graves with bonfires for days. The temperature swing is staggering. Yakutia holds the record for the coldest inhabited place on Earth, yet summers can be hot, sometimes above 30 degrees Celsius. That makes a range of over 100 degrees. Infrastructure suffers, roads buckle and crack, buildings shift. The topsoil thaws in summer and refreezes in winter, reshaping the land. Yakutia is one of the most sparsely populated regions, nearly the size of India. Challenges: isolation, the difficulty of transportation, immense physical and mental toll. Yet people have lived here for centuries. The Yakut, or Saka, have built a deep relationship with this land. They treat it not as an enemy, but as a powerful force to be respected and understood. Their survival is a story of ingenuity, tradition, and unshakable connection to one of the world's last great wildernesses. In Yakutia, your clothing is not a fashion statement. It is your primary survival tool, your personal armor against the lethal cold. The key to staying alive is layering, perfected over generations. Synthetic fabrics can become brittle and fail, and they don't manage moisture well. When you sweat, that moisture can freeze, creating a deadly layer of ice next to your skin. Natural furs are breathable and provide unparalleled insulation against biting wind and sub-zero temperatures. The traditional Yakutian wardrobe is functional design at its finest. A heavy coat or sun, often made from reindeer or horsehide with the fur turned outwards, a brilliant windproof barrier. Underneath, multiple layers of softer furs: Arctic fox, squirrel, sable. The boots, untie, made from reindeer leg fur with thick felt insoles, are crucial. Keeping extremities warm, hands, feet, head, is a constant battle. Your head loses a huge amount of heat, so a proper hat is non-negotiable. Yakutian hats or jabaka, often of Arctic fox or sable, with generous ear flaps tied under the chin to protect face and neck. Even a sliver of exposed skin can frostbite in minutes. The goal is to leave no part of your body vulnerable, creating a personal microclimate. Local knowledge runs deep. Which fur for boots, which for coats, which for mittens, passed down through generations. These animals evolved here. Their coats are nature's best protection, and the people understand this intimately. How do you build a home when the ground beneath you is permanently frozen solid? You elevate the buildings. Most modern blocks are on deep concrete piles. Stilts are common. Supports reach stable permafrost, leaving a gap for winter air to circulate and keep the ground frozen. Entire cities exist where they shouldn't. Towers and homes appear to float. Water, sewage, and heating ducts run above ground, insulated, sometimes heated. Before piles, the balagan, thick larch logs, gaps chinked with mud, moss, or clay. Tiny windows, sometimes panes of ice or fish bladder, doors facing east, sealed tight. The stove is the heart. Modern heating works hard, windows triple or quadruple glazed, every draft sealed. Your home is a fortress against the cold. In a place where agriculture is nearly impossible for most of the year, how do you feed your family? The answer lies in the land. Diets rich in meat and fish provide the high-fat, high-protein energy needed to survive. Hunting and ice fishing are not hobbies, they are essential skills. The taiga is home to reindeer, moose, and hare. Frozen rivers teem with fish, whitefish, broad whitefish. The cold becomes a tool. The world outside is a deep freeze for 8 months. A moose or big catch is butchered and left outside or in an unheated cellar, frozen solid within minutes. Stroganina, raw, thinly shaved frozen fish, sometimes horse or reindeer, eaten frozen, often dipped in salt and pepper. It melts in your mouth and is rich in omega-3. Ice fishing is laborious. Drill or chisel through meter-thick ice, drop lines and wait. Tents help, but it's still brutal. The Yakutian horse, short, stocky, with an incredibly thick coat, finds vegetation buried under deep snow. For centuries these horses provided transport, meat and milk. Fermented mare's milk, kumis, is a traditional nutritious drink. Getting around is a battle against the cold's crippling effects on technology. At -50, rubber turns brittle, diesel gels and batteries die fast. Many never shut engines off for months. Others rely on timed heaters and insulated engine blankets. In Yakutsk, entire car parks funnel warm air into engine bays. Breakdowns are dangerous. Everyone carries survival kits, and you always stop for a stranded vehicle. Winter roads follow frozen rivers, bearing heavy trucks with goods, fuel, and people, turning ice into a vital highway. Beyond the physical struggle, a profound psychological battle takes place, the fight against the long polar night. For months the sun barely rises. In the far north it doesn't rise at all, a perpetual twilight. Lack of sunlight can trigger seasonal affective disorder, fatigue, low mood, a lack of motivation. Villages are separated by hundreds of kilometers with only treacherous winter roads. Travel can become dangerous. Community is the antidote. People gather, share meals, tell stories, celebrate festivals, and craft vital defenses against darkness and isolation. Yiyak, the new year at the summer solstice, celebrates the sun's return, a promise through the winter that darkness will not last. Children adapt astonishingly. Schools remain open unless it drops below -50 for younger kids, -52 for older students. From early on they learn, never touch metal barehanded, breathe through a scarf, no frostbite signs, and tell an adult. Playtime is short and energetic. Tag, snowball fights, then quickly back to warmth. Skills are passed down. Boys learn to hunt and fish. Girls learn to sew fur clothing and prepare traditional foods, lessons in culture and survival. Kids are kids everywhere, building snow forts, making ice slides, marveling at frost on glass. They grow into extraordinary people, the next generation to carry on ingenuity and tradition. Surviving here is more than enduring the cold. It's a testament to human strength and adaptability. These people are thriving. From building cities on stilts to using ice as highways, they work with nature. Strong bonds, mutual aid, you always stop to help. They embrace the cold's beauty, the whisper of the stars, frost's patterns. With knowledge, attitude, and community, they've made the pole of cold their unbreakable home, their spirit as enduring as the permafrost beneath their feet.